Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Professor Rich, and in this video, we're going to be talking about chatting in English with some fancy native advanced phrases. We're going to talk about how to start, make, and build conversation. We're going to take a look at some interesting phrases which natives use every day. And we're going to look at some real discussion questions with which to make conversation. So let's start with some situations. I'm going to show you a picture of a situation, and I'd like you in the chat to guess what you think is happening. So here is the first situation. What do you think is happening in that situation? Answers in the chat. What do you think is happening in that situation? These are some of the situations that we're going to talk about today. What can we see in the picture? How are the people reacting? And what do we think is happening in that situation? I think we can zoom in just a little bit more like that. There we go. So Zoya says there's a computer virus at the office. Alex says it's a stock market collapse. Manuel Gordillo says it's a cyber attack. And Sleepwalker's gone for something unexpected. Sleepwalker then saying that they were hacked. And Manjula or Dilani says that they are reading or seeing an unexpected thing. And finally Vitelli says a husband snooping on his wife. Snooping? I think she knows that he's there. All right, well, we'll find out what that situation is in a moment. Let's move on to the next situation. So, what do you think is happening in this situation? What's happening in that picture? Where are they? Who are they? And what is their situation? What do you think? Carl says that these two people are surprised because they've just witnessed some breaking news. Alexander says, is it a marriage proposal? I don't think it's quite that. Sonia says they're enjoying something. Sleepwalker says they're excited. And excited in anticipation of a bargain. Do you mean, Vitelli, that you think they're going shopping? Sui Janya, I have no idea. I'm not really following the football that much, but I have to say I might watch the game against Spain. Maybe the boy asked the girl on dates or give her something surprising. All right. Okay, let's have a look at the final situation here. So what has happened in this situation? What do you guys think? Looking at the picture, what can we see in the picture? What do we think is going on there? Sleepwalker says that this one is an unpleasant surprise. The coffee's been spilt. Nice, present, perfect, passive. From Zoya, the coffee has been spilt. Alexander says, is it a coffee shop in Amsterdam? Probably because in the background it says coffee shoe. They spilt the coffee. So here we have the past simple active from Fluent English with Me compared to Zoya's present perfect passive. These are both good in this situation. All right, so they are the flying cups of coffee, says Sonia. They are the situations. Now we're going to move on with a little bit of vocabulary. The vocabulary actually relates to these different situations. As you know, when it comes to vocabulary, certainly my perspective is that phrases are very important. Learning vocabulary as phrases tends to be more effective than individual words. That's not to say that you should never learn vocabulary with individual words. However, phrases help you speak with more fluency. They help your pronunciation come across as natural with connected speech and phrasal pronunciation. And also, phrases are how our brains use language and understand language naturally. Our brains actually store language as phrases rather than individual words. We know this now from neuro-linguistic research. So we will be learning phrases today. I'm going to show you a list of colloquial English phrases on the left and some synonyms, so phrases with the same meaning on the right. These phrases all match to the situations that we've seen. So I'd like you to match the phrases on the left with the phrases on the right. And you have about 3 minutes to do that. While you folks do that in the chat, I'd like to welcome everyone to the channel who's found us on YouTube. This would be an excellent time to smash that like button and hit subscribe if you'd like to get more videos on Professor Rich. We stream on Wednesdays and Saturdays every week with a live lesson, live interaction, and we teach real phrasal English. Just like the phrases that you can see on the screen right there. And if anyone is interested in some IELTS practice, we will be doing that later on in the class. The Zoom meeting information is in the chat if you wish to join that. You should use sound from the stream, not from the Zoom. I have my microphone muted in Zoom. So we've got some answers coming up already, and they are looking pretty good. I'll give you guys at home 30 seconds more just to get your answers ready. All right, let's have a look at some answers on behalf of Renit. Number 1, don't worry about it, is C, it's no problem. Number 2, what's all that about, is B. What do you think about this? Is that right? Not sure if I like that. Yes. No, not quite. It's very similar, but I think what's all that about is better to match with A. Can you tell me about this? Let's think about it. Actually, I think it's contextual. What's all that about is contextual. So, okay, we'll let you off, Rennie. You can say B if you want because it's contextual, but it is B or A depending on context. What have you been up to is E. What did you do since we last met? Number 4, what do you make of this is B. What do you think about this? Or A, in Ranit's case. But it's okay, it is contextual. Can that be? Can you tell me about this? What do you make of this? Can you tell me this? Yeah, it could be. They're basically the same function. This is why it's important to classify language as functions rather than individual words. So 2 and 4, A and B, are basically the same function. And then 5, just give me a sec, is wait for me for a minute, D. All right, so we're going to have a look at some little conversations. These conversations relate to the situations from before. You might be able to remember the situation for each of these conversations. They are short, 2-line conversations, and I want you to try and complete the gaps with a phrase from before. I'm not going to tell you the phrases again. I wonder if you can remember them. So try to remember the phrases. It doesn't matter if you can't remember all the words. Just try to type the words that you remember. So it doesn't matter if you remember all the words exactly. Just try to type the words that you remember. And we've got some answers coming in the chat. If you are watching this video later, this is a good time to take a piece of paper and a notepad. I recommend that everyone has a notepad like this and takes it with them at all times. Making notes is really a lost art in society, and I think it's a habit that we should all have. Everyone should carry a notepad. Everyone should make notes. It's just such a useful thing to be able to do. So if you have a notepad and you're watching this video later, then I suggest you pause the video, complete the exercise, and then press play and listen for the answers. And of course, make sure that you smash that like button. Smash that like button. And drink your coffee. All right, and I will give you the answers to these in about 30 seconds. If you would like to have a bit of speaking practice with error correction, you can see the link to join Zoom. It's in the meeting. We've got Alexander in there, and he'll be first up. And we'll be talking about some casual but slightly different topics, slightly difficult topics. So it'll be part 3 style questions where I'm asking for opinion. As a general rule, the questions in part 1 of IELTS are questions for information, and questions in part 3 are questions for your opinion. All right, so here come some answers. For A, we want to say, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. A lot of people have said it's no problem, which was one of the phrases that we used to match before. However, I do believe that the original phrase that I was teaching or trying to teach was don't worry about it. So A, don't worry about it. B is just give me a sec. 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 C is what's all that about? Or what do you make of this? So what's all that about? Or what do you make of this? What do you make of this? And then D is what you been up to? 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 Let's have a bit of pronunciation practice for those. There we go. Are you ready? What's that? What have you been doing since we last met? Not what did you do since we last met? Well, both are okay, actually, Vitelli. If you're American, you actually prefer the what did you do since we last met? But British people prefer to say, what have you been doing since we last met? You're right. But both are acceptable. The Americans prefer the second one. What did you do since we last met? All right, here comes some pronunciation. So the purpose of this activity is listen to the sounds. Focus on the sounds. Replay the sounds in your head. And then try to say it. You need to have that discipline to wait 3 seconds, replay the sounds, and then try to copy the sounds. This is the best pronunciation shadowing activity that you can do. It's the best way to do it. All right? So, we're going to try that. By the way, it's also better if you don't see the phrase. Only focus on the sounds. Don't look at the words. Do not look at the words. Focus on the sounds. All right? What you been up to? Okay, listen again. Remember, you listen, focus on the sounds, replay, then try to say it. What you been up to? Let's have it slower. What are you been up to? What you been up to? Been up. What you been up to? What you been up to? Another variation of this that you'll hear is whatcha. Whatcha. So, what you been up to? What you been up to? I know it makes no sense in terms of the words that it represents, but people really say that, like whatcha, for what of, whatcha, what you been up to? That's pretty good, Manuel. I think that's a good representation. Yeah. What have you been up to? All right, next. What's all that about? What's all that about? What's all that about? All right, next. Don't worry about it. 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 This is why it can be helpful to watch the mouth as well. If you watch the mouth, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And finally, just give me a sec. 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 You're missing the g sound there, Manuel. Just gimme a sec. Gimme. Just give me a sec. Just gimme a sec. G. Just give me a sec. 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 People also say, just a second. Just a second. Just a second. All right, fantastic. Okay, we're going to move on to a bit of IELTS speaking practice as promised. So if you would like to take part in this, then you can join the Zoom link, which is linked at the top of the chat. And we're going to start with, if he's up for it, we're going to start with Alexander. Now, I don't have my microphone on in Zoom, so Alexander will hear me from the stream. So there will be a delay. I think the delay is about 3 or 4 seconds, maybe. We'll see what the delay is and see if it works. Let's try it. All right. I'll say hello and we'll see what we get. Try your best, Alexander. It might be difficult with the delay, but we'll try. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Rich.
Hi, Alexander. How are you doing?
Hi, Rich.
Hi, Alexander. How are you doing?
Hi, Rich.
Hi, Alexander. How are you doing?
Hi, Rich.
Hi, Alexander. How are you doing? Okay, so massive echo. Do you have headphones? It might work well if you have headphones. Maybe headphones will work. Do we have headphones now? Can you say something, Alex? Can you say something, Alex?
Sorry.
Oh, no.
Can you say something, Alex? Sorry.
Oh, no.
I have some echo. I don't know what sound I should keep.
Okay.
I'll keep Zoom sound or keep Zoom sound or keep Zoom sound or.
Okay, yeah. Try it with muting the stream, and I will turn my microphone on in Zoom. I had my microphone off in Zoom, with the idea you use the stream sound, but you would need headphones. That's the important thing, that you need headphones. But okay, I'll try it with Zoom sound. So try now. Hello, Alex. How you doing? Let's try.
As good as can be. How are you doing?
Yeah, that's working now. Yeah. So it's because Zoom has auto cancellation of sound with speakers. So now it's working okay. I was going to do it through the stream. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let's do a bit of practice, Alex. So let's see what we got here. We're going to talk about success and life lessons. I'm going to start with talking about admiration. What's a skill or quality that you admire in others and would like to develop yourself, Alex?
Just give me a sec. Well.
Good answer.
It's a bit difficult question or easy question at the same time. Of course, I admire people with high effectiveness of their work. With huge ability to be alive, to be not waking up, not tired, because sometimes I feel a bit exhausted or overwhelmed by some problems or situation. Seems to be I would admire people who can combine, who can have a balance between, let's say, personal activity or some health improvement or to be fit, and business. Sometimes business take whole your life, but I really envy people who can take both, who can proceed all in harmony and balance, and to have balance between private life and working activity, some corporate obligations and family obligations, let's say this way.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you. Actually, I think that's a good point, especially people who, as you say, can manage that life balance. It's one thing having success in your career, but having success in family and your career, I think that's actually incredibly difficult, considering that it's considered quite a normal thing.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so how do you define success? What kind of things to you would you call success? What is it?
Well, let me think a bit. Of course, there are some quantitative parameters and qualities parameters, like your position, your income, your not your, but a person position, properties, bank account, even say, let's say this way. From another hand, person family status, quantity of children, health status. We could not say it's one or two or both. Some successful people, successful maybe only in one position, but some people successful in everywhere. Again, it's return back to previous question. It's combined, it's connected to how we value our balance of our life. But generally speaking, even one success, one big achievement can be a criteria for a person to be called successful. For example, win a Euro 2024 will be successful point for any player. But who knows what happened next day or in 10 days after, in 10 years after that. Like we know many cases of very famous sportsmen destroyed their life finally. But at the same time, we can say that they were successful at some point of life, yeah.
Yeah, there's a famous quote about that, isn't there? Something like, you're only as successful as your most recent battle or something like that. I can't quite think of it, but something along those lines.
To be exact, to be brutally honest and personal as a Christian, I think a success point is getting heaven, right? It's a final, intimate, let's say, final goal of any Christian.
Yeah.
All our events are just steps to this final target.
Yeah. Okay.
But it's people to remember every day.
Well, that's the challenge, actually, and that's also what the Bible tells us is the challenge to remember that every day. All right. Could you share any books, movies, or stories which have had an impact on how you see success?
Well, it could sound a bit strange, but I do remember just one book came to my mind. It's a book. It was a book of Erich Maria Remarque. Was famous German writer at the period of World War II, Second World War. I do remember that after reading his book, after I have read his book, my language, let's say my mother tongue language had been freed. So I really felt that I could speak more frequently, fluently with my friends and even to girls just after one book, because it's really changed something in my head and my communication. I can't explain why it's happened, but it's really first thing I remember in return.
That's very interesting. Yeah. What did you say the title of the book was?
I'm not sure how to call it in English or original. In Russian, we call it Triumph Arc, right? In Paris, you know, the biggest, like Eiffel Tower. But Russian name will be different. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We actually use the French name, so we call it the Arc de Triomphe.
Okay.
But that's the name of the book, is it?
Probably,
Arc de Triomphe.
Yes, right. But of course, I read it in Russian, in my own language.
Mm-hmm. By Erich Maria Remarque. Okay.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Great. All right. Thank you, Alexander. I think we'll leave it there. So thanks for coming on, and I'll move on to the next person.
Thank you. I very much appreciate for picking me, having me. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Alex. See you later.
Yep.
So we'll just go through some of the language that I made a note of there for Alex. So well done for using the target language from the class. Teachers always get very excited when students when learners use the language from the class. I really envy people who can. Nice little phrase there. Generally speaking, phrases like this are quite useful. I do remember that after reading his book, I liked the use of the auxiliary for emphasis there. I think that was good use of the auxiliary for emphasis. So worthwhile pointing that out. And then a few areas that I'd like to talk about that we can improve. From another hand, this phrase always gets twisted around for some reason. People find it difficult to remember the exact words of it. It's on the other hand is the actual phrase for that. On the other hand, we could also say something like nevertheless. That said, but that said, something like that would be okay. Quantity of children is not incorrect, but saying, well, measure your success by your quantity of children. It sounds a little bit too. It doesn't sound great in spoken English. A little bit too almost Latin, or you know what I mean, like scientific or something. I think when natives are speaking, we would say something like the number of children that you have. We love these like that clauses, the number of children that you have. You know, the guy that does this, the children that do that, the number of children that you have. Yeah. Or the amount of children you have or something like that. So I think that would be better. And then even one big success, achievement is enough for someone to be called successful. Even one big... Yeah, I mean, there was a self-correction there going from success to achievement, and that actually makes it sound better. So it's fine. Fine with Alexander's own correction. All right. Thank you very much. Right, let's see who else we've got here. So we've got Cow or Maria or Pachu. Who would like to come in? Just type something in the chat if you're ready. Remember, when you come in, you need to when I admit from the waiting room, you need to mute YouTube. So you'll need to turn the sound off in YouTube. It's just whoever's there, Cal. If no one else responds, then it's going to be you. I'll just wait another second. Okay. Pachu's spoken up. All right, we'll do Pachu first, then Cal. Does anyone have any tips for keeping coffee super hot? Like, I love hot coffee, but it always goes cold, and it's so frustrating, you know? And then I drink cold coffee, and I'm not that happy about it. Pachu, you are actually in at the moment, but your microphone isn't showing. If you can make that work. Super hot isn't so good for us. What do you mean? Oh, because you live in a hot country. Do you mean because you're in a hot country, Sleepwalker? I think maybe Pachu's having a microphone problem. So what do you mean? What's not good about it, Sleepwalker? Well, parts of Russia get hot. I actually had no idea that you were from Russia, though. I would have said you were from Asia. Just, I don't know. I don't know how I'm guessing that. Yeah. But what do you mean about the super hot coffee not good? I know that apparently coffee with lemon is something people sometimes drink in Russia, which is a drink which I quite like. Yeah, Pachu seems to have a problem with the microphone. I put Pachu back in the waiting room. Cal, we're going to try you. So get ready. The hot metal from the bottle, really? I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep a track of where people are from, to be honest. Apart from when it's obvious, you know. Hello.
Yeah, good evenings from Vietnam, sir.
Hello, Cao. How are you doing?
I'm
Ciao.
doing actually very right, despite the cold weather, but I'm doing great, just great. Yeah, thank for
Did you say
invite.
cold? Cold?
My name's pronounced exactly like the animal's name cow. So
Cow.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get it?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, absolutely.
yeah.
Thank you.
Cao. Great. Which part of Vietnam are you from, Cao?
I used to from Ho Chi Minh City, but now in the summer vacation, I'm in the summer vacation, so I'm currently in the countryside now.
Oh, great.
In
The
the middle
countryside.
of
That's
Vietnam.
fantastic. You know, my
Thank
wife
you.
is Hanoian.
Hanoi.
She's from Hanoi.
I have, yeah.
And
Like
I
Hanoi.
always spoke about we should go to the countryside in Vietnam, but she thinks it's dangerous. I think maybe that's a Hanoian thing. The Hanoians think because they're such big city people, they think the countryside's dangerous.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, actually, your wife is right up to a point. Yes, there are pretty some dangerous stuff here in the countryside, like drugs addict, and others illegal activities. But
Okay.
I'm still survive. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, you just have to know how to survive. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, Cal, so we were talking about life and success. let me ask you first the same question I asked to Alex. I said, what's a skill or quality you admire in others?
Oh yeah, that's a very interesting question. So I admire from my grand uncle his art of negotiations and public speaking. He used to be a professional from the Ho Chi Minh universities, and he was very good at public speaking and also trainings high schoolers to kind of attend few international competitions. So yeah, I'm very admired my uncle's art of negotiation, public speaking, and probably his sense of humor. Yeah, I would like to learn a lot from him. And yeah, and also I yes, as for now, I'm still pretty decent at public speaking and still quite shy due to some background problems. But I I I think I try to never give up on improving myself every day, every times. And I think one of the best opportunity that help me that currently help me to improve myself to make myself better is joining your English live stream every now and then. It's just give me the right chance to embrace the new challenge and overcome my shyness, overcome my fears, and the most important, overcome the average people, the average Jones. Yeah, so that's my view.
Nice. I think that's a good way of doing it. I think that we have to occasionally push ourselves out of our comfort zone. Is probably the way of saying it. And yeah, I agree with you that I think public speaking is something worth developing. You can develop confidence and speaking skills. There's a society actually called Toastmasters, and they do have a club in Ho Chi Minh City. Toastmasters is a public speaking club. Basically, everyone in the club practices public speaking and then give feedback on public speaking. So you might want to investigate that. I'll write the name of it in the chat, but you can find them. They do have a center in Ho Chi Minh City. Great.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah. Did you when you talked about public speaking, you were talking about Ho Chi Minh, right? You said something like uncle, and I don't know if you were saying Uncle Ho.
Uncle Ho, he's a very famous leader in Vietnam. But
Yeah.
Actually, I'm mentioning about my grand uncle. He's
Oh,
now,
your actual
86 years
uncle.
old.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my he's my actual uncle, and yeah, Uncle Ho, he's just kind of brings my countries out, brought my countries out of the slave chance of anniversaries and many things. I'm very glad.
Yeah, I know. I know about Ho Chi Minh. Yeah. Okay, great. All right, let's move on. If you could contribute to solving a problem in the world, which one would you choose, and why do you feel drawn to it?
Wow. Yeah, a very outstanding question. Yeah, thank you. So if I was to choose which problems I would be solved in the future, I would choose to solve the illness problems and the illness problems, the health problems in the world. Yeah, and according to the news right now, the numbers of birth rate of people around the world are seem decreasing time by time and month by month, because we have a fear of reproduction and other things like that. So the birth rate of human just decreasing time by time, years by years, from now and then. So yeah, if I was in medical fields, I would like to kind of contribute my powers and my knowledge, my imagination to create and also to create new methods to solve the new challenge, like how to overcome deadly illness, and also about the how to overcome the deadly illness and spirit. And yeah, and one of the most important things that I'm currently worrying about is deadly illness and worse, so kind of thing like that. So if I gonna contribute some of my strength and power to create a better world, I would choose the medicals and healthcare ways, because it's just have to better to grow better human life, and yeah, contribute something positive to the humanity. So that's my view. And about why I was being brought into that. To me, I just curious and passionately about how advanced humans can get in the recent day. Like yes, you guys already knows that couple thousand years ago, human went from Stone Age to Bronze Age, and then later metal age. And yeah, as you can see now, we are in the modern days. So I'm just curious about how humans embrace the new challenge, overcome the illness, and create a better world, better life, better environment for themselves and for their children. I'm so curious about how humans do that. So yeah, I was being roused into the medical fields just because I'm passionately and curious about how the human do that, and how we can make more contribution and make more improvement for our future. Yes,
All right, fantastic. All right, let me just ask you one more question then, Cal. Hang on, I've lost it.
Yeah.
Something about, here we go. What are a few elements that would make up a great day for you?
Oh, a few elements that would make a great day for me. Yeah, first element that would make a great day for me is that I wake up every day and I think myself, oh yeah, today is a better day, and you are glad to be alive, to live for another day. So my first elements when that makes a great day for me is that I'm still being alive and can experience new things and like contribute more to the society. And the second element that would make my days better is the work and task and how the work and task I can get done in that day. For like if that day I go to school and got a lot of tasks and deadline done, then I just say to myself, I'm very proud about my hard work. So I would be very satisfied if I get all my schoolwork done. And yeah, that would be my second element to make a better day. And my third element, actually, I think is the final element, is that I kind of achieve success from speaking and talking to news people, and like achieve on success speaking to new people. There are actually a lot of foreign teacher in my school, and I kind of would like to say and communicate with them in English. So if I get to school and I meet them, and I kind of achieve and learn something positive from the foreign teacher, and I can apply those which I learned from my teachers to my life. That would be a very marvelous thing. So my third element to make my days better is that I learn and apply new and positive skill from my teachers, and yeah, could apply that into my life. So that would be my three elements that would make my day better. And also I want to ask the final key elements that would make my days better. The final key element that would make my days better is my parents. Like if there weren't any support and support from my parents, I wouldn't be here. And probably if my parents won't set an early direction for me to learn English and grow beyond my comfort zone, I wouldn't be here. And probably now I would be like other Vietnamese student, finish homework, finish schoolwork, and playing video games. So my finals, and I think this probably my key elements to make a better of my day. My parents feel proud and of me, and they they feel satisfied, and they trust me on what I'm gonna do in the future. So
well, I can understand that, Carl. I mean, it seems like you're quite responsible, and it's really good to recognise the efforts of your parents. Obviously, they must have made some serious efforts for you to recognise that. So that's fantastic. It sounds like you have a very responsible attitude in general. So thank you very much for joining us, and I will now take a look at some of your language.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. I would like to come for the time is possible. Yeah,
of course. All right then, Cal. See you later. See you in the chat.
Yeah, see you.
All right, so let's go through some of that language. Really, some great stuff, actually, from Cal. And, I think you guys can see it. You can probably tell that this is obviously an English learner who has a lot of vocabulary, but doesn't have many opportunities to practice fluency. And you could see that in how, Cal was really trying to use language and say more things. And I saw so many great examples of, of excellent language there. Actually, more examples of excellent language than anything else. So we can go through that. Started off with, I think, one of the best ... for ... is, then embrace a new challenge. I noticed a lot of personal development language from Kao, actually, and I do wonder, I wanted to ask you, actually, Kao, I forgot, if you read personal development material in English, because you have a lot of phrases in English which seem related to personal development, such as embrace a new challenge, which I actually noted twice in your language. How to overcome deadly illnesses and viruses. So overcome deadly illnesses. We got things like, what are the most important things that? What are the most important things that? So nice phrases like that. And kind of things like that. This is a useful filler phrase, and kind of things like that. And kind of things like that. Useful way of sort of filling the air. A couple of thousand years ago, I just thought that was a very nice casual way of expressing that time period. It sounds good to me. Again, we've got overcome illness again. So you can see these phrases coming up again and again, and they're good phrases, strong collocations like embrace challenge, overcome illness, embrace the challenge. And then we got some other of these that clauses that were very good, which we can put those together. One of the most important things that my first element that makes a great day for me is, so we started in the present, then he moved on to say the second element that would make my day better is, so this time we involved a would make, which is good. The work which I can get done. Again, we've got that kind of cleft sentence style of speech. One of the most important things that the first element that makes a great day for me is the work which I can get done, new and positive skills. And then we had a successful second conditional, which was, if there weren't any support from my parents, I wouldn't be here. If there weren't any support from my parents, I wouldn't be here. So, second conditional, well executed. And then we can have a look at some language that we could improve a little bit. So, I'm very admire great uncle. It's a verb in English, so it's I admire my great uncle. It's a minor issue, really. It's much like agree. People often make mistakes with I'm agree, when in English it's I agree. I just curious and passionately. So I just curious and passionately. Again, minor issues, but I'm just curious and passionate. Passionate is the adjective. Passionately would be an adverb. Like I sing passionately, or she sung so passionately. I would be very satisfied if I get all my work done. So this was like a partial execution of a second conditional, where the second part wasn't quite right. I would be very satisfied if I got all my schoolwork done. Just needed that past tense there in the if clause. And pronunciation. So this is about the sound. And it's the sound of this part. And what you want to use for this part is the sound. That's that one. Parents. Okay, this is the same as words like bird, third, first, world, word, fur, stuff like that. It's the extended schwa. It's like the long version of the schwa. Parents, bird, third, first, world, word, fur, Girl. That's right. Girl. Or in Scottish, girl. In British English, girl. Work. Well done, Manuel. That's right. You've got it. Great. All right. Well done, Cal. Loads of excellent feedback there. And you can, of course, have a look at this feedback yourself in the notes for today, which I will show you. First, I'd just like to ask you all a question. What's the main point you've learned today? And what do you need to practice more after today? So what's the main point you've learned today? And what do you need to practice more after today? We are going to do a little fun game today. Got a little game for you. But first, should we do game or questions? Let's see if there's any interesting questions and then we'll do a game. Also, you can download the notes from today. They are now in the chat, and in a moment, they will be available down below the video as always. Last week's homework. You're correct. You are correct. I did say that I would correct the homework today, and I do actually have some submissions for that. But I'm sorry, I'm going to do it on Wednesday. Sorry, I'm so inconsistent with that. So the Cornell Notes homework will be on Wednesday. Sleepwalker says it'd be great to learn more colloquial phrases. Well, I mean, I love colloquial phrases, Sleepwalker, and I basically use colloquial phrases all the time. So really the language from today that we studied at the start of class really is, they are, especially these here on the left, they're quite colloquial. Don't worry about it. What's all that about? What you been up to? What'd you make of this? Just give me a sec. That's colloquial language, really. Somebody saw a cat. Pepper! She's gone. Yeah, she ain't coming back. Not really. That's a good point, Sleepwalker. I've got no idea. What do we say? Flight attendant. Flight attendant, I think, is the preferred one. It's so ridiculous, though, isn't it? How there's all these different things. Yeah, Manuel, I got that. Also, thank you very much for the coffee. I always appreciate it, and I will indeed enjoy a coffee. And I want to say thank you very much to Sonia Butterini for the £10 donation last stream. Thank you, Sonia. That is really appreciated, and I hope you got the value from that lesson. Obviously, you did, I guess. You felt that was valuable, so that's fantastic. Thank you very much for the support. All right, so I think questions are drying up, so we are going to try a game. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to try it, all right? You guys ready for this? So you will need another device. Not the device you're watching on, but you'll need like your phone or something like that. Okay? And you are going to go to jackbox.tv. We're going to play Jackbox. It might be difficult, but we'll try it just for fun. What can go wrong? What can go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? Who knows? We're going to play. I'm going to play as well. So take a mobile device, go to jackbox.tv. There you go. Go to Jackbox TV and use the room code MMOJ. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Genius. I think I'm going to get in the way here, though. I need to be a bit smaller. And then that gets rid of it. How frustrating. Don't worry, I'll fix this. Look at that. Professional work, folks. This is the internet. Anything could happen. I have no control over what these people are drawing. Carl. Hello, Carl. Didn't realise we had a Carl in the chat.
Hello!
And somebody has called themselves the name of the room code. Well done for that. Yeah, you can do it, Pallavi. You need two devices, though. One device to watch the stream and another device to join. To join, you go to jackbox.tv and type the room code MMOJ. And you need to do that on another browser window or another device. If you are watching the stream on a mobile, you will need another device. Oops. I'll just give it another second in case we get anyone else. You'll see, Pachu. Basically, the game will tell you to draw things, and you get rewarded for having the best drawing. The room code is MMOJ, Pallavi. You've got 5 seconds to finish your drawing. Is Pallavi going to come in? Oh, she's in. Your drawing's gonna have to be 5 seconds. Julia, that's a bit professional. Do you have an iPhone? Sometimes you can tell in this game when someone has an iPhone because they can draw very, very like good things. Okay, that's it. We're starting.
Well, hello there. This is Drawful. I love it when there's a full crew. It makes me feel popular. Let's get away from this menu.
Cow and Pallavi got the default drawings.
I've sent a prompt to each of your devices. Stuff that's
So
kinda hard
you'll
to
see
draw.
on your device, it will say, please draw, and then it has a word. It has some words. You have to draw that. And the better your drawing is, the more you get rewarded. So whatever those words are that it says, you have to draw that. Don't type them. Don't type them in the chat, because that would give the game away. You have to draw it on your device.
If you're still watching, wishing you could somehow play along, you can still join the audience by going to jackbox.tv and entering this room code.
Hello!
Not long left. How to erase? You can't erase, Pachu. That's the trick. So if you've made a mistake, dun dun dun, you're in big trouble. So basically, when you guys have done your drawings, what will happen then is it will show you other people's drawings, and you have to describe them with a convincing lie. So you have to use a convincing lie to describe them. Basically, you're trying to trick people into choosing your answer rather than the correct answer for their drawing. You'll see, it's self-explanatory. You'll get it.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, let's take a look at your artwork. Now, take a wild guess at what the prompt for this title could be.
So you need to type a title for what you think that is.
Hello.
Obviously a giant sheep. I don't think anyone can contest that it's a giant sheep.
Oh. 25.
It's kind of funny because the cat's arm at the bottom of the screen is the same color, so it's a little bit distracting. Do you want me to turn up the volume a little bit so you can hear the volume for the game a bit more?
Type something in.
I can do that.
Here are your choices. Which of these titles?
So now you have to choose what you think is the correct answer. So which do you think is really the correct answer?
25.
What?
40. 35.
What?
30. Hello. 25.
There's some bizarre, absolutely bizarre suggestions here.
15.
Pick anything.
5.
And here are your picks.
Nuts. Wrong. Hello. Sorry.
So I get points because that was my lie, and you chose my lie. What? What? That doesn't even make any sense. Sorry, sorry, Samani. I'm not sure how that is a podcast vampire. I know that's a difficult title, but still, it didn't really look like a podcast vampire.
All right, let's do another one. Type in a convincing title now.
Hmm.
Oh. 35. Hello. 20. 15.
Hey, I'm serious. Time is up.
5.
Oh, the volume's quite good. I just checked the volume.
Here are your
Pretty good.
choices.
Ah!
25.
That can't be right.
40.
Hmm.
35. Hello. 30.
By the way, you can actually join in the audience if you go to jackpot.tv MMOJ, and you do contribute to the game by being in the audience as well.
And here are your picks.
What's interesting, Cow, is sometimes it does actually use the names of people in the game. Although my name in the game is not Prof Rich, so it can't be that. Oh, everyone got it? Well done, Zoya. Surprisingly, everyone got it. I don't know how.
Type in a title now.
What? First of all, someone has actually written words. You shouldn't write words on the picture. It's kind of not the point of the game. But okay.
Hello.
Yeah, well, you didn't know. It's okay. But in future, you shouldn't really write the words on the picture. It's kind of against the point of the game, you know?
Oh.
Quick, type in anything. Okay, here are your choices.
Hello.
It's gotta be that. Esophagus. Is that Sleepwalker's suggestion? This is because you think that hot coffee is going to burn the esophagus.
Oh.
No? Okay. Someone went for esophagus, and that's actually the correct spelling of esophagus, which is quite impressive because esophagus is quite difficult to spell. Oh, you're not in? Okay.
Choose something.
Someone's taking their time. That's it, you're gonna miss it. Someone's gonna miss it.
And
Oh, they got it.
Here are your picks.
Well done.
No, sir.
So Zoya gets points here because she tricked someone with her answer, right? That's how it works.
Oh.
And MMOJ gets points there. No idea who that is.
Not it. Ding.
This is the correct one. Yeah.
Ding.
It'll be a bit embarrassing if I win, actually. Well, actually, I'm not winning. Maybe that's more embarrassing. Oh, what's this?
Now, another drawing.
What is that? What is that? What is that?
Hello.
Dear me. Navdia de Silva, the room code's in the top left.
Come on, typing time is almost up. And here are your choices.
What? Really? What? Watch out for the wall arms. Maths. A flag. Devil. A quick swim. It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like? Socialism? What? Oh, I have no idea. No idea.
Pick an answer. Okay, who picked what?
No.
No, that wouldn't make any sense.
Ding.
This has got to be it.
Oh.
Yes, come on. Who's MMOJ? Well done, by the way. Well, not well done. That was a horrible picture, but somehow you did it. Who's MMOJ?
Enter your titles now.
Oh, MMOJ's Pachu. Well done. Your picture, Cow, is the default picture. So it's the picture that the game chooses if you don't draw one in time. This is actually mine, so I'm just going to leave you guys to that, and I'm going to get a drink.
Hey, I'm serious. Time is up. And here are your choices.
Oh. 30.
Paprika? Paprika. Okay. Hoopla.
Select an answer. Come on.
Dancing Queen's a good suggestion.
What people picked.
No way. Ding, ding.
Tricked by Julia.
Ding.
Did anyone get the actual one? Nice, well done.
Ding, ding. Cha-ching.
Put in your titles now.
Hmm.
55. 35.
I mean, I know what it looks like. I don't want to distract anyone, though.
30.
I'll try to play it neutral. When the answers come up, I will... Yeah, that's okay, Cow. Don't worry about it. I think if you leave, it'll just boot you out.
20.
It might actually be finished soon, though. It's just... I think it's just one drawing per person.
Quick, type in anything.
5.
Okay, here are your choices.
Nice.
Oh.
So the options are... That's So Raven. I don't understand. Philistine. Don't understand. Secret handshake. Don't understand. A damaged butterfly. Butterfly. A butterfly. Fly me to the moon. And I have no idea. Well, okay then.
20. 15.
Just tap any button.
5.
And here are your picks.
Sorry. Ding. Nuh-uh.
No! I don't believe it. What? What? Sorry, Julie, I don't quite get that. Secret handshake. Is it like the butterfly is secretly handshaking someone?
Let's take a look at our next drawing.
Okay.
55.
Hmm.
50. 25.
Hello.
40. 35. 30. 25. 20. Oh. 15.
This is a great game to play at parties, by the way. It's Drawful 2. I think Drawful 3 is probably out now. It's quite old, but it's a fun little party game.
Here are your choices.
So we've got a peaceful scenery.
25.
Okay. A little cottage. Lunar eclipse. Sun house or environment. House under the sun. Deja vu. Dawn.
30.
And a house in the daytime.
25.
Hello.
20. Oh. 15.
Oh, come on, pick one.
5.
And here are your picks.
Got it. Ding.
Oh, Julia. Raking in the points. What? Don't quite know what the lunar part was there.
Oh.
Hello.
Need the moon. Need to draw the moon, Pallavi. Zoya! Well done, Zoya. Well, Zoya also got the most likes. Well done, folks. All right, so that's Drawful. Nice little fun game. You want to play another one or something else? Let me just have a quick look, see if I've got another Jackbox game we can play. And then after that I'll be I'm off. Let's see what we got. Okay. Yeah, I do have one. We can play. Just give me a second there. Yeah. Right. Just give me a moment, I'll get this set up. Uh-huh. So if you'd like to play, you can go to jackbox.tv. Go to jackbox.tv. And the code is NXBQ. Thank you very much for joining us, Cal. Have a lovely sleep, and we'll see you next time. Funnily enough, I have moderation on, but it doesn't seem to give me any actual moderation options. One, two, three, four, five, six. I think that'll do. Okay, let's try that. It's pretty self-explanatory. Don't think I need to say anything. You'll sort of understand what's going on, more or less. You just need to draw stuff.
These talented trainers are about to face off to see who's the best at creating champion characters with unusual skills. Will the underdogs take down the heavy favorites? It's time to get champed up!
So at the top of your screen it will say create the champion of, and then there'll be a phrase, and you need to draw something that really represents that phrase. And it should be entertaining and funny. You can actually change the colours in this one. You have quite a lot of control over this one, actually, on how to do stuff. Like, you can control whether you have a thin pen or a thick pen and stuff like that as well. But this one really, it's a lot less predictable. Like, it's having an entertaining character is almost more important than anything else. Remember, try to avoid writing any words. You just want it to be pictures. It is a drawing game after all.
20 seconds remain. Players need to name their character.
Five seconds. And then we need to create one more as well. Oh, what is this? Oh, you need to you need to create a champion to face that opponent specifically. It's quite funny if you play this game with graphical artists. You get some really insane creations, as you might imagine. Graphical artists are quite exceptional at this kind of stuff, as you might imagine. Especially digital artists. And of course, naming your creation with the right kind of name is also part of what gives you victory here.
Name those characters.
Five seconds.
It's time for the main event. Here comes our first brave warrior. And in this corner we've got
That's quite good.
these two battle to see
okay.
who is the
You
champion
never
of
know who's going to win
sleeves.
though, even though you have like superior drawings and stuff. The champion of sleaze, hey? Champion of sleaze.
They're trading punches.
You can actually change your vote as well. So you guys, you have to vote. I think I was the only one who voted there. You have to vote on who you think is the winner. Well done, Samani. It's a pretty good drawing,
In
actually.
this corner we've got
I don't know why I'm saying that.
facing off against Well,
Oh,
you
someone
hate to
didn't draw
see
anything.
this. It's a forfeit. Yeah, they need to dial it back.
That's a shame.
Now entering the ring. And opposing them will
Plato.
be- Well, you hate
Yeah,
to see
unfortunately we
this.
had
It's a
someone who
forfeit.
dropped out of the game, so when they drop out the game, you see this picture of Gene. It just means that the person didn't draw anything.
So cheeky. Next up, it'll be
Yeah, I don't get that. What is that?
we'll decide once and for all who is the champion of making a scene. My goodness! Some extra cash goes to the underdog.
Yeah, I don't think a racing car can be a big beautiful wall.
Take a bow. Moving on, we've got versus.
X-Men.
One of them will be crowned the champion of annoying pests. Who will draw blood first?
The idea is to vote on your device. Vote for the winner. Vote for the winner. I think it's pretty clear who the winner is here. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with L.
Irritating their way to the top. Make way for versus. These two are facing off to see who is the champion of vacation.
The champion of vacation, huh? Patrick drew themselves.
I don't believe what I'm seeing.
Not very sophisticated, that drawing, I have to say, Pachu.
Heck, I need a vacation from this vacation. And that takes us to halftime. Here are the scores.
Alright, Gui, see you later. We're going to wrap up soon once we finish this anyway. We'll just finish this game up, then we'll wrap up. Yeah, maybe the first game worked a little bit better for English learning Sleepwalker. You might be right. This one's more about drawing, really. There is a really fun quiz game as well, a haunted house quiz game, but you might struggle with the English in it. We can play it another time anyway. To be honest, I just wanted to see if I could do this, if I could host games on YouTube. So we've broken the barrier, which means we can do this in future.
20-second warning. Name those characters.
You guys probably got about 5 seconds left. It says 10, but there's a delay on YouTube, so you'll hear me at about 5 seconds.
20-second warning. Name those characters.
I get the feeling that L and I'm Ming, unfortunately, are not in. Really, what I should have is moderation tools on, and then I could kick them out. Means that we're going to get a few genes in there.
Let's start things off with our first two fighters.
Yeah.
Well, you hate to see this. It's a forfeit. The me versus the world mentality certainly paid off. Two new fighters enter the ring. You will decide
Okay.
who is
You know you can change the
champion of
colour.
DJs.
In the top right, there's an option to change the colour when you're drawing.
Oh, it's too close to
The
call.
champion of DJs.
It's
I think
not
DJ
over
Rocker
yet.
gets that one
Here's
on the
next
name.
title up for grabs.
Also, slightly more sophisticated
Champion
drawing.
of Smelling like Axe body spray.
Oh.
Will the trainers keep their characters or swap out?
Smelling like Axe body spray.
The tides are
Axe is
turning.
also called Lynx in other countries. Do you know Lynx? It's like a black deodorant. I think Fat Man was a good shout for that, but
Chemistry is
okay.
off the charts. Here's our next matchup. Well, you hate to see this. It's a forfeit. Who needs a teammate? Not this fighter. It's time for our next bout. One of them will be the champion of sociopaths.
That sociopaths. How is that even related to Path or Echo?
This might be over. We'll declare a winner after
Again,
this
probably
next
determined
match.
more than anything by
The champion
just the
of
title.
liking every single one of your vacation picks. The
Well.
trainers have a decision to make. This is tough to watch. The scales are beginning to tip. They did the work of two fighters. Here are the next two fighters. Well, you hate to see this. It's a forfeit.
That's a good drawing on the right. I like that. What is that? It looks like Big Chungus.
What a Herculean effort.
A Zoya drawing. Do you know Big Chungus, Zoya?
Moving on. Well, you hate to see this. It's a forfeit.
Next time we play these games, I'll put the moderator tools on.
What a feat.
So if anyone leaves halfway through, I can kick them out.
Okay, folks, that was the final match. The judges are tallying the final scores, and we have a winner.
See, that doesn't make any sense. Because I went against Gene so many times. The real winner is Samani, I think. Well done, folks. And I do believe that brings us to the end of our stream today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've had fun and learned a bit of English while you're at it. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your weekend. Rest up. Do some self-improvement, as Cal spoke about. And I don't know. Have a good time. Thank you very much, folks. It's been my pleasure. My name has been Professor Rich. Smash that like button, hit subscribe. Join us on Wednesday or Saturday for the next class. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye for now.